and then you introduce yourself to the class, right? Okay. Start.
Tracia, just speak louder because it's quite soft, right? Okay. Okay. Good. Good. You can click on the class now. Thank you.
Okay. So, hi everybody. Welcome to English class. And today, I hope that we can all have fun learning together. But before we start teaching, let me introduce myself a little bit. So, my name is Tracia, and I'm from Singapore, and I'm 18 years old this year. So today I'll be learning together with you guys. And I understand that today is your 7th lesson of English, and let's go through some expectations for today's lesson. So I hope that today we can learn together and we can have fun learning together, and remember that learning doesn't have to be scary. So I hope we can all speak and read clearly and confidently, and we don't need to be afraid of making mistakes because that's a part of learning. So I hope that today we can all learn and have fun together while learning. So for today's lesson, we'll be looking at phrasal verbs, and we'll be looking at what phrasal verbs are, some examples, and we'll be looking at how to use them in your everyday life. So first, what are phrasal verbs? So phrasal verbs are a group of words that can act as an expression, and they combine a verb, which is an action word. So for example, to sing or to dance, with a preposition, which is like the position or like the direction of the action. So you combine an action with how you do the action and the direction of the action. So an example would be to sit down. And in this case, your verb, which is your action, will be sitting, and your preposition is down because it's telling you the direction that you need to perform the action in. So the phrasal verb will be sit down, and then the action will be to sit, and the preposition is down. So it's telling you the direction of the verb. And some other examples would be to put away your books or put your books away. So in these two expressions, the subject or the object that you're talking about here is the books. And then your phrasal verb here will be put away. So the verb, which is the action, is to put, and then your preposition is away because it shows the direction. So now we'll be watching a video, and you guys can look out for the red words in the video because those are the examples of the phrasal verbs. And if you guys have any questions, you can take note of those words and you can ask me later on and I can explain them to you guys. Can you all see the video?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Can you show it as
Can you
full
guys hear
screen?
the video?
No sound. And can you show it as full screen?
Hi, Matthew. How's it going?
Hi, Paul. I called you up yesterday, but I couldn't get through to you. Are you okay?
Yes, I am. Sorry for not calling you back. I've been very busy looking for a new job.
Really? But what happened?
I quit my job last week. I didn't get on with my boss very well, and I ran out of patience. He used to have me do my projects over many times. I just couldn't put up with all the hard work. That job was stressing me out. It was simply taking up all my time. I had to drink lots of coffee to make it through the day. I used to work during the weekends too, and I would stay up many nights to finish my projects and hand them in on time. I ended up feeling so exhausted every day. My boss used to check up on me all the time. When he saw me nodding off at work one day, he had a go at me, telling me off in front of everyone. Luckily, I had some great colleagues that stood up for me. It was so good to know that I could always count on them. Anyway, I couldn't carry on like that. I felt like being a slave. I wanted to get away. I kept thinking about it for a very long time. I spent days turning the problem over in my mind. It was not easy for me to just give up my job. I will keep myself away from that company from now on. So I started looking for another job.
Hold on a moment. I have to pick this up.
No problem. Go ahead.
Okay, let's take up where we left off. So, you're looking for another job?
Yes, I'm now ready to start over somewhere else.
Maybe you should first try to relax and wind down for a few days.
You're right. I really need a break. But enough about me. Tell me about you. How are you getting on with your work?
Everything is fine.
But you look worried. Is there something going on with you and Sarah, maybe?
Well, the problem is that we broke up, so I'm feeling a bit down at the moment.
I'm really sorry you're going through this, but what happened?
I didn't show up to our date because something came up. I had just found out that I had to attend a business meeting, and I didn't get to call off the date. She thought I made it all up, and that I actually fell for somebody else. She said I had let her down. It's so hard for me to get over this.
You should talk it over and sort things out. Sorry for bringing up this subject if you're not comfortable talking about it.
It's okay. I have to go now. It was nice talking to you. Call me when you have time.
Okay. Have a nice day.
Paul, I'm so glad I've run into you.
Hi, Jessica.
Did you hear about the boss? He was forced to step down from his post. We are going to have a new manager next week. I actually met him last year. He respects people and never looks down on anyone. He will take over the responsibility of the company. Everyone says he will bring about a big change in the company.
Really? I didn't know that.
You can apply again for the job if you like. The company will take on new employees over the next 2 months.
Okay, thanks for the good news, but I have to think about this.
We used to be such a great team. You always came up with wonderful ideas and solutions. When nobody knew the answer, you would figure out what to do right away. You know that many colleagues look up to you.
You really cheered me up. We were a great team indeed. Hi, Matthew. What's up? You look very happy today.
Hi, Paul. Well, I finally made up with Sarah, so I am very happy.
That's such great news.
Not only did we get back together, but I proposed to her and she said yes. So we're going to get married soon.
That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you.
So how about you? Have you found a new job yet?
Guess what? I was hired back and I have a new boss. We get along very well. He is a nice person.
I'm so glad things have finally worked out for you.
Yes, everything turned out fine.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the video?
No, teacher.
Okay, then we can move on to some practices.
දිග බටනයක් ඇති. ඔතන යටම.
Okay, so now we'll be doing some practices. I'll show you guys the questions and anybody can try to answer them. And after you guys answer the questions, we can go through the answers as well as the other options. Okay. So question 1, the crow blanked into the air before I could catch it. Does anybody want to try to answer this question?
Took off.
Took off. Yes, good job. The answer is took off. Correct. So take off means to leave the ground and start to fly. So you can say that a bird took off, or you can also say that an airplane took off. And for the other option, so option 1, took in, means that I take somebody in to take care of him. So I can say that I took in someone, which means that I took in this person and like looked after them for a while. And then for option 2, took up, I can use this phrase when I say that I'm taking up a new job, I'm taking up a new opportunity. So like when I'm trying something new. And then for the third option, took out, I can use it when I want to say that maybe I took the book out of the library. Yeah. So question 2. After hours of waiting for our turn at the cable car station, our enthusiasm began to. Does anybody want to try this question?
Wear down.
Yes, correct. Yeah, that's correct. Good job. Correct, yeah. The answer is wear down, and this means that it becomes less over time. So when I say that my enthusiasm begins to wear down, it means that as time passes, I'm slowly getting less and less excited. So good job, guys. And so for the other options, option 1, wear out, I can use it when I say that maybe my shoes or clothes are starting to wear out, which means that they're starting to become of a not so good condition. And then option 2 is wear off. You can say that, you can use wear off when you're trying to say that the effects of something like medicine are starting to become less effective. So I can say that the effects of the medicine are wearing off. Yeah, okay. Next question. So question 3, due to her sickness, Mrs. Teo is beginning to blank in her work. Does anyone know the answer to this question? Sorry?
Fall behind.
Yes, that's correct. Good job. Yes, the answer is option 4, fall behind. And this means to go more slowly than other people. So yes, when you say that you are falling behind in your work, it means that you are going at a slower pace than other people, which means that maybe you're not at the same, where like your progress is not the same. Okay, so for the other options, when I say that I'm having a fallout with somebody, that could mean that I'm having an argument with somebody, or we become more detached and drop out. So if I say that 2 people had a fallout, it could mean that they are not talking anymore because they had an argument. And then option 2, fall through, it means to fail or to come to nothing. So if I say that a plan fell through, it means that the plan did not take place or it took place unsuccessfully. And for the other option left, which is fall in, it generally means to come together. So if we say that we told the students to fall in, that means that we asked all the students to come together and together. Yeah. So the next question is question 5. So at the mention of an upcoming test, the students blank immediately. Does anyone want to try to answer this question?
Set up.
Yes, that's correct. Correct answer is yeah. So when I say that I set up, it means that from lying down, I set up and now sitting upright. So in this sentence, it could imply that after the students heard of the upcoming test, they were startled and started to focus more, and that's why they set up. And when we look at the other option, so option 1, set through, it means to stay until the end of something. So if I say that I had to sit through a meeting, that means that I had to stay until the end of a meeting, and maybe I found the meeting to be very tiring. And then for option 2, set in, that means to join in or participate. So if I say that I set in for a lesson, that means that I join in the lesson and am learning together with the class. And for the remaining option, sit back, so it means to relax. So whenever we go to watch performances, usually the MC would say to sit back and relax. So that just means to take a step back and to not be involved in what's going on and just look at it from the side. So the next question, with his determination, he refused to blank on his failing business. Anyone want to answer?
Give up. Give up. Give up.
Yes. Good job, everybody. The answer is give up. So it's option 1. So to give up on something means that you stop making an effort to do that thing and you stop trying. So in this case, when he didn't give up on his business, that means that he continued to try to make his business successful. So let's look at the other options now. So option 2, give in. So it means to stop fighting and admit defeat. So if I say that I gave in to somebody else, it means that I let that other person have their way, and so we would stop having any argument that we were having. And then the next option that there is give away. So that means to give something to somebody else. So if I give away my pen, that means that I'm willingly giving this to another person. And another meaning of give away could be to reveal the true identity of somebody. So when I say that he gave away his identity, it could mean that he shared his identity with another person. And then for the final option, give over, this means to allow yourself to be taken over by an emotion. So if I say that I gave myself over to happiness, that means that I let myself feel happy and enjoy the moment. Next question, question 7. The friendly boy blank a conversation with his neighbors in the lift. Does anybody want to try?
Struck up.
Struck out.
Yes.
Struck up.
Yes, guys. Good job. Yeah, the answer is struck up. So it's option 4. Good job, everyone. So to strike up something means to create a conversation with somebody. So if I say that I strike up a conversation with you, that means that I'm starting to talk to you. And for the other option, so struck off means to remove or erase from. So if I say that I struck off something from a list, it means that I am removing it from the list. So it's not there anymore. And then option 2, struck down, to make void or null. So it means that it doesn't apply anymore. So if I say that I'm striking down a law, that means that the law is no longer valid. So it's not relevant anymore. It doesn't apply anymore. And then for option 3, which is struck out, that means to suddenly attack or criticize somebody. So if I say that he struck out somebody, that means that he suddenly started to say some not very good things about another person. So let's move on to the next question. Don't think that you can blank with murder, the lawyer warned him. Anybody knows the answer to this question?
Get away. Get over.
Get away.
Yes, good job. The answer is get away. So don't think you can get away with murder. So get away means to escape. So yes, the answer is option 3, get away. So let's look at the other options too. So get off means to escape punishment or be acquitted. It's very similar to getting away, but it's used more in like the context of doing what you are supposed to do or your duty. So I can say that I am getting off work, but yeah. And then option 2, get over. So this means you overcome something. So I can say that I'm trying to get over my fear because I'm trying to overcome my fear. And then option 4, which is also very similar to get away, is get out, but it does not imply any like crime or like murder. So it just means to get out, just means to leave from a place. So I can say that I got out of the bathroom. Yeah. Okay. Next question, question 9. Someday, when Mr. Lee retires, he will blank the running of his business to his son. Does anybody want to try this?
Hand over. Hand over. Hand over.
Yes, good job, everyone. The answer is hand over, which
Hand
is
over.
option 4. Yes, good job. Well done. So hand over means to pass the responsibility to someone else. So in this case, when Mr. Lee retires and he hands over his business to his son, he is giving the responsibility or the job of running the business over to his son. And then for the other option, so option 1, hand out just means to give out. So in school, you can say that, I handed out the worksheet. So you gave worksheets to everyone. And then option 2, hand in means to submit. So in school, you say you hand in your homework, right? Yeah. And then option 3, hand up, it means to deliver an accusation to the judge. So it means that, so I can say that he handed up an accusation to the judge, and this means that he is telling the judge what he believes the criminal did wrong. Yeah. Okay. Question 10. You can't just blank from the problem. You started it. Anyone know the answer?
Walk through.
Walk through. You want
Walk
to
away.
Walk away. Walk away.
walk away? Okay, let's look at this question together. So let's start. Let's look through the different options together. So walking away means that you just leave the problem there. You just walk away from it and you don't do anything about it. Walking over means that you just go over it. Or when I say that that I'm letting somebody walk over me, that means that I don't stand up for myself. And then option 3, walk in means that I enter something. So I can say I walked into the room. And then walk through means that I guide you through something. So if I say that I will walk you through this question, that means that I will guide you through the question and how to do it. So do you guys want to try this question again? Anybody wants to try it? Anybody know the answer for this question? You can just unmute and try. Don't need to be
Walk
scared.
away.
Sorry?
Walk away.
Yes, that's correct. Good job. The answer is walk away. So in this sentence, when you walk away from the problem, it means that you just don't do anything about the problem. So in this question, Fred is saying that, you cannot just not do anything about the problem because you're the one that caused it. So you should be responsible for it. Okay, good job, guys. So the next question, question 11. Throughout his most difficult moments, his best friend blanked him. Does anyone want to try?
Stuck by.
Stuck by? Yes, good job. Yes, the answer is stuck by, option 2. So to stick by someone means to remain loyal to them and to support them throughout when they need you. So in this sentence, when his best friend stuck by him, it means that they remained by his side and did not leave him behind to deal with all his problems alone, and they helped him through it. So when we look at the other options, so question 1, stuck up. So stuck up could mean that somebody is very proud or very conceited, and that person is very focuses only on himself. And then so option 2, stuck by, which is the correct option, to remain loyal to someone. So option 3, stuck out means to be extremely noticeable. So if I say that, oh, she stuck out in the performance, it means that this person was very obvious in the performance. Maybe she was very good during the performance, which made her stick out from the rest. And then option 4, so stuck in, I can say that I'm stuck in the middle of an event or something or meeting, which means that I am currently very involved in this meeting or this event, and I cannot get out of it. So yes, okay, let's look at question 12. I almost blanked when I saw the squashed insect. Anybody know the answer to this question?
True of.
True or
True up. Option 3.
okay. Okay, so for this question, the correct answer is option 3. So let's look at all the options together. So throw in option 1 means when you throw something into something. So I can say that I threw the ball into the basketball hoop. So that means it went into the hoop. And then option 2, threw off. This means to remove something from yourself. So I can say that I threw off my jacket. So that means that I very quickly took out my jacket. Option 3, throw up, which means to vomit. And option 4, throw over means to forsake despite bonds of attachment. So this means to just not care about somebody. So I can say, if I say that I throw him over for something else, that means that I'm choosing something else over this person. So in this case, when we say that I almost blanked when I saw the squashed insect, the correct answer should be option 3, because when you see the squashed insect, it's very likely that you will feel a bit disgusted, and so you might want to throw up or vomit. So yes, good job guys. The answer is option 3, which is threw up. So the next question is, it took the firemen less than 15 minutes to blank the fire. Does anybody want to try?
Put across.
Put across? You want to try again?
Put through.
Put through? Okay, let's look at these options. Okay.
Put in.
Put in. Okay.
Without. Option 4. Without the fire. Put out.
Okay.
Put out.
The correct answer is option 4, put out. But let me explain to you guys all the different options and how you guys can use it. Okay. So the first option, put across, means to communicate something effectively. So if I want to put across an argument, or if I want to put across a point, that means that I'm going to explain something so that the person that I'm talking to can understand it. So if I say that I want to put across a point to someone, I need to explain that point clearly so that that person can understand. And then option 2, put in, when I say that I put something into something, so maybe I put my pen into my pencil case, that means that it enters it. And then option 3, put through, it can be used when I say that I'm subjecting someone to a really bad experience. So if I say that I put him through something, that means that experience was not enjoyable, but he had to go through it. And another meaning of put through will be to pay for someone to attend school. So if I say that I put him through college, means that I paid for him to attend college. And for option 4, to put out means to extinguish something that is burning. So in this question, the correct answer will be option 4, put out, because I'm trying to extinguish the fire because the fire is burning. So I want to make it stop burning. So I have to extinguish it, and hence I need to put out the fire. So yeah, the correct answer is option 4. And that is put out. Okay, so the next question, question 14. When reading a story aloud, you need to blank so that others can hear you. Does anyone want to try?
Speak up. Option 2.
Speak again.
Speak up. Option 2.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm hearing option 1 and option 2. So let's look at the meanings of option 1 and 2. So when I say that I speak against somebody, that means that what I'm saying and what the other person is saying is not the same. So we do not agree. So if I'm speaking against you, that means that I am saying something that goes against what you are saying. So maybe I'm saying that, oh, I want it to be this way, but another person is saying that I want it to be another way. So I'm speaking against her because what I'm saying is different from what that person is saying. And then option 2 will be to speak more loudly. So that means when I say that I need to speak up, that means that I have to raise my voice and talk louder so that other people can hear me. And then, so yeah, do you guys want to try again? Do you guys think it's option 1 or 2?
Option 2.
Yes, good job. Yeah, the answer is option 2. So you need to speak up so that others can hear you. So you need to talk more loudly so that others can hear you. Okay, and then we can look at the other 2 options, option 3 and 4. So option 3, when I'm speaking of someone, that means that I'm talking about that person. And option 4, speak for, when I'm speaking for someone, that means that I'm representing that person. So I can say that, oh, I'm speaking for him when I say that I like the color, that I want this to be done this way. And that means that he wants it to be done in this way as well, but I am representing him and saying it for him. Okay, good job, everyone. Let's move on to the next question. So question 15. Blank and don't give up. Mother cheered me on. Does anybody want to try?
Press on. Option 2.
Yes, good job. The answer is option 2, press on. And this means to continue doing something with determination. So when I say that I'm pressing on, it means that I'm not giving up. I'm continuing and I'm going to try my best and try to finish it. So yes, in this case, the answer is option 2. Let's look at the other options as well. So for option 1, press for, it means to keep asking for something or to demand it. So if I'm saying that I'm pressing for something, it means that I keep asking for this thing to be done. Okay, and then option 3, press ahead, is quite similar to press on, but press ahead means that I'm continuing to do something in a determined way and I'm doing it quickly. So I'm hurrying forward. So I can say that I'm pressing ahead with a plan, which means that I will continue to carry out my plan. And then for option 4, press down, that means to exert a force and a heavy weight. So I can say that I press down the button. So I'm using the weight of my finger to push down the button. I can say that they press down, they use a heavy thing to press down on something lighter. So that's how you can use press down. And then, okay, now, so question 16. I'm almost done with the clay model. All it needs now is a little blank. So does anybody want to try?
Touch up. Touch up. Option 3.
Yes. Yes. Okay, good job, everybody. The answer is option 3, touch up. So to touch up something means to make small improvements to the appearance of something. So when I say that I'm touching up my clay model, it means that I am looking at it again and maybe making some small changes to it so that it looks better. And then, okay, we can look at the other options as well. So option 1, touch down, means that I'm landing. So I can say that the airplane touched down, which means that the airplane landed. Option 2, touch off, means to provoke or initiate with sudden intensity. So I can say that an event touched off something else. So this means that this event caused something else to happen very suddenly and at a very intense and serious rate. So option 3, touch up, will be to make small improvements to the appearance. So in this question, the correct answer, yes, is 3. So I touch up my clay model. And option 4, touch on, it means that I'm talking about something. So in this lesson, we touched on phrasal verbs, right? So in this lesson, I talked about phrasal verbs and I am focusing on it. So that is one way that you can use touch on. Okay, next question. You should not blank on your word. Pauline recommended Jota. Anybody want to try?
Go back. Go back.
Go back. Okay, so I'm hearing go back and go over. So I'll explain these two phrases to you guys, and then you guys can try the question again. So to go back means to fail to do something. So I can say that, oh, I failed. If I go back on my promise, it means that I did not keep my promise. And then for option 4, go over, it just means to, like, when I say that I'm going over something, that means that I'm briefly talking about it. So I can say that I will go over the lesson, means that I will briefly talk about what we will be doing in the lesson. So do you guys want to try again? Is it option 1 or option 4?
Go back.
Option 4.
Okay, so the correct answer is option 1, go back. So good job. So when I say that I go back on my word, it's very similar to saying that I'm going back on a promise. So when I go back on my word, it means that I said something and I did not follow through. So maybe I said that I would follow you to eat dinner, but in the end I didn't. So that means that I went back on my word. Okay, and let's look at the other options. So option 2, go away, which means to leave. So, or like when you tell somebody to go away, it means that you're telling them to leave or like stay away from you. And option 3, go up. So if I say that I went up the building, that means that from a lower level, I went to a higher level. And option 4 again, so go over means that I'm briefly saying or summarizing what I'll be talking about. So going over something means that I just say what it is overall as a whole, and it's very brief. So in this question, the correct answer should be option 1, because when I go back on my word, it means to not follow through with what I said. Yeah. And then, okay, next question is question 20. So I'm sorry I told everyone your secret. It just blank. Amy apologize. Anybody want to try?
Slip out.
Yes, good job. The correct answer is slip out. So the correct answer is option 2, slip out. So this means to say something without intending to. So I accidentally said something. So when Amy said that that the secret slipped out, it means that she did not say it on purpose, but maybe she just did not, and she did not even realize that she said it until she said it. So let's look at the other options. So slipped off, it means to leave a place without being noticed. So if I say that I slipped off from a meeting, that means that I left the meeting and nobody saw me do that. And then option 3, slip through, to fail to be noticed, and this causes problems. So I can say that we let the problem slip through, and this means that we did not notice the problems, and in the end, these problems caused even bigger problems. And then option 4, slipped on, it means to put on clothing easily or quickly. So I can say, oh, I slipped on my shoes, or I slipped on my shirt. So it means that I very quickly wore it. So for this question, the correct option is option 2, slipped out, because it means that I'm saying something without intending to. So in this case, it means that Amy told everybody her friend's secret that unintentionally, and it was not on purpose. Let's look at the next question. Ivy and her friends love to blank at the mall. Anybody know the answer to this? Yes, good job. Good job, everyone. The correct answer is hang out. Well done. So hang out means to spend a lot of time in a place or with someone. So this means that, so in this question, when Ivy likes to hang out at the mall with her friends, it means that she likes to spend time with her friends and she likes to spend time in the mall together with her friends. So let's look at the other options too. So option 2, hang in. So I can say hang in there, and this means that I'm telling you to remain persistent and to keep going. So when someone is struggling, you can tell them, oh, hang in there, you can do this. And that is a way of encouraging them to keep going and to not give up. And then option 3, hang up. So this means to end a phone conversation. So if I say that I hang up the phone, it means that I'm putting down the phone and our conversation on the phone ends there. And then option 4, hang over, means to hover over. So I can say that a threat hangs over the situation, and this means that in this situation, there's a possibility of something bad happening, which is this threat to us. And yeah, so when you look at all the options, the answer to this question will be option 1, which is hang out, because it means that you spend time in a place of someone. So it makes sense for Ivy and her friends to like to spend time with each other and at the mall. So next question. Desmond blanked in pain when the doctor touched his swollen ankle. Does anybody want to try?
Cried. Oh,
Oh. Anybody else?
Cried out.
Okay, so the two options that I'm hearing is cried out and cried off. So let's look at what these two mean. So option 1, cried out means to make a loud sound because of pain or because you're scared. So I can, if I'm very scared, I will cry out in fear. And option 4, cried off, means to go back on a promise or to fail to keep an agreement. So if I say that I cried off the agreement, that means that I did not do my part in the agreement. So do you guys want to try again? Your thing is option 1 or option 4?
option 1.
Option 1.
Yes.
Cried out.
Yeah, good job, everybody. The answer is option 1, cried out. So this means to make a loud sound because of pain, fear, or grief. So in this question, when the doctor touched his swollen ankle, Desmond was in a lot of pain. So he will cry out because he's in pain, but because he's in pain. So let's look at the other 3 options. So cry over, if I cry over something, that means that I'm crying because of something. So if I say that I'm crying, that she cried over her grades, that means that because of her grades, she cried. And then option 3, cried down, this means to belittle. So if someone cries down somebody else, it means that somebody is making a greater noise to belittle another person. And then for option 4, cry off means to fail to keep an agreement. So in this case, the answer should be option 1, cried out, which means to make a loud sound because of pain, fear, or grief. In this case, it's pain. Okay, so next question. Blank me as I go into a lengthy explanation on how this robot works. The salesman said politely. Anybody want to try?
Beer.
Okay. Okay, let's look at the meaning of each option. So bear up, option 1, means to remain cheerful in the fear of adversity. So that means that when I'm going through something, if I continue to bear up, means that I'm continuing to remain positive and excited and not let all these bad things that are happening make me sad. And that means that I'm still trying my best to remain happy and being positive. And then option 2, bear down, it means to move towards someone or something in an intimidating or purposeful manner. So when I say that they bore down on the mass of men ahead, that means that they were approaching this group of men and they were doing it in a way that was very scary. And then option 3, bear out, means to support or confirm something. So if I say that the evidence bears out the claim, it means that the evidence supports the claim that I'm making. And then for option 4, it means to have patience with. So when I say bear with me, it means that I'm asking for you to be patient with me and to like be patient and like listen to me. So do you guys want to try again? What do you guys think the answer to this question is?
Bear with.
Yes, very good. Good job. Yeah, the answer is bear with. So when I say to bear with me as I go into a lengthy explanation, it means that I'm asking you to have patience with me and to not get upset or anything. Yay, good job. So next question. When I blank a little French when I traveled to France. Does anybody want to try?
Picked up.
Yes, very good. Good job. Well done. The answer is picked up. So that is option 2. So pick up means to learn or to do something new. So in this question, when I say I picked up a little French when I traveled to France, it means that when I went to France, I learned a little bit of French. So I learned how to speak their language and maybe how to read their language as well. So let's look at the other options. So pick off means to shoot or bring down somebody one by one. And then option 2 means to learn to do something new. Option 3, picked out, means to choose something. So if I say I picked out this dress, means that I chose this dress out of the other clothes or the other dress. And question 4, picked on, means to bully. So if I pick on somebody, that means that I'm not very nice to that person. I say not nice things to them. So yeah, for this question, the correct answer is option 2, picked up, which means to learn. So let's look at the next question. Don't blank a good opportunity to upgrade yourself. Anybody want to try?
Pass up. Pass away. Pass up.
Okay, so I'm hearing 2 answers, which is pass up and pass away. So let's look at the definition and the meaning of each of these, okay? So pass up means to refuse to accept. So if I pass up something, if I pass up something, means that I'm saying, oh, I don't want this. And then option 3, pass away, means to like not exist anymore. So if somebody passed away, that means that they are not living in this world anymore. So you guys want to try again? Do you guys think it's option 2, pass up, or option 3, pass away?
Pass up.
Yes,
Pass
very
up.
good. Yes, good job, good job. So the answer is option 2, pass up. So it means that you refuse to accept. So when I pass up a good opportunity, that means that I did not take the opportunity and I said, oh, I don't want this opportunity. And then option 1, pass off, means to appear as something. So if I say that, oh, I can pass off as an elementary student, that means that, oh, I look like an elementary student. And if I told people that I was an elementary student, they would believe me because I appear to be that way. So pass up, refuse to accept. 3, pass away is not living anymore. And 4, pass up means to faint. So you can, when you say that somebody passed out because they were too tired, it means that they fainted. So in this question, pass up is the correct answer because when you pass up a good opportunity, it means that you do not take on the opportunity. So next question, you should blank your computer when not using it. It saves electricity. Anybody want to try?
Shut down.
Shut down.
Yes, good job everybody. The correct answer is shut down, which is option 3. So this means to turn off a device. So I can say that I shut down my computer or I shut down my phone when I'm not using it. And it's usually used when you say that you are turning off the computer. It's used very commonly in the context of computers. Let's look at the other options as well. So shut out means that to ignore. So if I shut somebody out, it means that I'm ignoring that person. I'm not talking to that person. And then option 2, shut off, it means to turn off as well. It's quite similar to shut down, but it's used in different contexts. So when I shut off something, it's more of when I shut off the lights or I shut off something. But when I say shut down, it's usually when I'm talking about a device. So I shut down my computer. And then option 4, shut away. That means that I deliberately do not associate or talk about these things. So if I shut somebody away, it means that I do not want to talk to that person. So it's very similar to option 1, shut out as well. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 28. We dislike Mrs. Han because she often gets blank over small matters. Does anybody know the answer?
Work out on.
Work on?
Work up.
Okay.
Work out.
Work
Okay.
up.
Okay,
Work
I'm hearing very different options, but I am hearing the right option. So the correct option for this question is option 4, worked out. But let's go through all the different options, okay? So option 1, worked out. It means that it turned out to be okay in the end. So when I say that everything worked out, it means that everything was fine, everything was okay in the end. Option 2, worked in, it means to insert. So when I say that I can work something into the program, it means that I am inserting this activity to the program and making it work in something. So it's like including something. Option 3, worked on. When I say that I worked on something, means that I'm doing something, I'm putting in effort to do something. And option 4, worked out, means to get very angry or excited about something. So in this case, the correct answer is worked up. And when I say that Mrs. Han often gets worked up over small things, it means that she gets very angry or upset over very small little things. So yes, good job, everybody. The correct answer is option 4, worked up. Okay, let's move on to the next question. In order to blank for his rudeness, he was extra polite to everyone. So anybody want to try?
Make over.
Make up.
Okay, so I'm hearing make over and make up. So I explain both of these to you guys, and then you guys can try it again. So when I say I make over someone or I give somebody a makeover, means that I'm transforming them. So if I give you a hair makeover, maybe I'm gonna transform your hair into something very nice. And then option 3, make up, it means to make a bad situation better. So when I say that I'm making up for something, it means that I'm doing something else so that this something that is very bad is not the main focus anymore, and I'm making the situation better. So do you guys want to try again? Do you guys think it's make over or make up?
Make up.
Yes, very good. Good job. The answer is make up. So in this case, when I say that he was extra polite to everyone to make up for his rudeness, it means that he is being extra polite, extra nice to everybody so that he can cover up his rudeness and make the bad situation that was caused by how rude he was better. So let's look at the last at options 2 and 4 also. So make do means to just use what you have. So if I say that, oh, I'll make do with what I have, that means that I will use whatever I have to get an outcome. And option 4, make off, means to leave hurriedly, especially in order to avoid duty. So I can say that they made off without paying, means that they quickly left the place so that they do not need to pay. So usually it's attached to some form of duty or punishment. So let's look at the next question. So this is the last question, question 30. There was a blank in the bank and the robbers managed to escape. So does anybody want to try?
Her style is quite good, because you see her, she has the topic here, and then the sentences, and then this one is her picture. So if she can see the other students too, would be very good.
Right.
Or at least the students' names.
You can have this thing elsewhere as well.
Okay.
Whether it's top or bottom.
Can.
Usually
Actually,
I will
put more at the side, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
can. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. She's doing the last question.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah, please continue.
okay. So yeah, so the last question there was a blank in the bank and the robbers managed to escape. So does anybody want to try this question?
Hold down.
Hold on. Okay, let me explain all the options and then you can try it. So the first option, hold down, it means to prevent somebody from moving by holding them down. So I can hold somebody down so that they cannot move. And then option 2 means there was a stop or a delay. So if I say there was a hold up that I was held up in traffic, that means that I got stuck in traffic and that made me like late or lose some time. And then option 3, hold in, that means that I keep everything in. So if I say that I'm holding in my emotions, it means that I am not expressing them and I'm keeping everything in. And option 4, hold off, means okay, sorry. So
Thank you, teacher.
sorry, who's
Jamie, she haven't finished. Jamie, she haven't finished.
No, it's okay because I suddenly got something that said that.
Yeah, I know because they were talking. So sorry
Oh, no,
about it. They didn't realize it.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay.
you continue. You finish off your class first.
Okay. Okay, so let me explain the options for the last question and we can try the last question together. So the last question is there was a blank in the bank and the robbers managed to escape. So option 1, to hold down means to prevent someone from moving by holding them from me. So I can say that I held somebody down to the ground and then that they cannot move. So option 2, hold up, it means that there's a stop or a delay. And I can say that, oh, I got held up in traffic. And that means that I got stuck in traffic and hence I'm late for something because that caused me to be delayed. And then option 3, hold in, that means that I keep everything in. So if I say that I'm holding in my emotions, it means that I'm not expressing them, I'm keeping everything in. And option 4, hold off, that means that I am postponing something. So when I say that I hold off this event, that means that this event is not gonna happen. So does anybody want to try this question? Okay, I'll just go through that. So the answer for this question would be to hold up. And there was a delay in the bank and that's why the robbers managed to escape. So if nobody has any questions, then that's the end of today's lesson. So thank you everyone for being so participative and I hope you all had fun and learned something new today. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you.